In 1962, top U.S. generals approved a plan to kill American citizens, hijack planes, and stage terrorist attacks on American soil. And it wasn't a conspiracy theory. It was real. It was called Operation Northwoods. This is the chilling story of how the U.S. military almost carried out fake terror attacks to trick the American public into supporting a war with Cuba. A plan so outrageous, even President Kennedy said, "No." But what exactly was Operation Northwoods? And how close were we to seeing it happen? To understand Northwoods, we have to rewind to the early 1960s. The Cold War between the U.S. and the Soviet Union was boiling. Fidel Castro had just come to power in Cuba, turning the island into a communist ally of the USSR, just 90 miles off the coast of Florida. The failed Bay of Pigs invasion in 1961 embarrassed the U.S. government. And American leaders, especially in the Pentagon, were desperate for a way to remove Castro once and for all. The plan. That's when the Joint Chiefs of Staff, led by General Lyman Lemnitzer, came up with a shocking proposal: Operation Northwoods. This wasn't just military strategy, it was psychological warfare. The plan included blowing up a U.S. ship near Cuba, staging a fake hijacking of a commercial airplane, faking casualties by dressing up actors or using real deaths, bombing American cities, and blaming it all on the Cuban government. The goal? To create justification, their words, for military intervention in Cuba. Who approved this? The plan was officially presented to Secretary of Defense Robert McNamara in March 1962. And the most shocking part? It was signed and approved by the U.S. Joint Chiefs of Staff. These weren't rogue agents. These were the top military leaders in America. Why it didn't happen? Thankfully, President John F. Kennedy rejected the plan. He was deeply skeptical of the military's aggressive push toward war. Shortly after, he removed General Lemnitzer as chairman of the Joint Chiefs. The plan was shelved, classified for decades. The legacy. Operation Northwoods was declassified in the 1990s thanks to the JFK Assassination Records Review Board. And ever since, it's been cited by conspiracy theorists and researchers alike. Because it's proof that the U.S. government once considered using false flag attacks against its own citizens to start a war. While it was never carried out, it remains one of the most disturbing what-ifs in American history, and a reminder of how fragile truth and democracy can be when fear takes over. Operation Northwoods isn't just history, it's a warning about unchecked power, about manipulation, and about how sometimes the greatest threat to democracy can come from within. If you found this story shocking, subscribe for more untold histories that shape our world today.